Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? So, ah, I am getting on here today to just really share some parts of my journey with you, my spiritual journey. How did I become a shaman? Like, what? What's that? Shaman. Ooh, what's that? It may sound so elusive and everything, but how I became a shaman, how I learned to merge my spiritual abilities and gifts with my everyday life. Because listen, I am a girl from Brooklyn. I'm a girl from Brooklyn that knew nothing about any of this. I didn't know anything about a shamanic path or anything. All I knew was that I had dreams and I saw stuff and I felt stuff. And when people passed on, they came and spoke to me. And that felt weird. That felt crazy. However, it wasn't enough to think maybe something's up. So, yeah, I'm just going to share with you. So I hope that you are well, kick back, enjoy, and I look forward to sharing all the best and most beautiful and ugly parts of my journey. First and foremost, we're going to talk about spiritual gifts. When you have a spiritual gift, I personally believe that you are born with it. You are born with it. It's in you, whether it's active or inactive, but there are traces of it in you. And so your gift can be anything. It can be any spiritual gift. It can be that how your ears are musically inclined. So that way when you hear certain music and certain chords, it's like your spirit picks it up and you can create these beautiful melodies. That's a spiritual gift. It can be seeing things in terms of like energy, spirits, guides. It can be that. It can also be everything from like you knowing things about people, just being able to meet somebody and know their whole life story without them saying a word to you. So spiritual gifts comes in many shapes and forms, and mine developed over time. Over the last, I'm 42 years old, over the last 42 years they kept developing and developing and developing, and I just had to be like, whoa, this is growing at a rapid pace. But the more that you work with them is the more that they develop. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Mimi. I am ancestral shaman, healer, teacher, meditation instructor, and a variety of other things. But most of all, I am human, I am woman, I am God. Okay? I am the embodiment of God right here on earth. And I believe that in this, my deepest souls. I believe in ancestral work. I believe in working with the ancestors. That is the scope of my work. I work with ancestral guides, having them help me to help you to guide you in your path, if that makes sense. So people's ancestors come and connect with me and tell me things that they need to know so that they can successfully navigate the next however long in their lives or whatever. So that is the scope of my work and a variety of other things. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're talking about my spiritual gifts. And so for me, my number one gift that I've always had since I was a baby was the gift of dreaming. Dreaming, seeing things in dreams. So I would see things before it happened, but it happened in dreams. And when it happened in dreams, it happened so, what's the word? It just happened so different. Like I would see, it was like watching a movie. And I was literally a character that was on the sidelines, not saying anything, and just kind of seeing it play out. And I would wake up the next day and I'm like, wow, that was a real vivid and weird dream. And then what would happen is that literally, oftentimes not in the same day, but a couple of days would pass and the same experience in which I dreamt about would happen. And I would be like, wait, what is happening? And I could literally detail what was going to happen next. And so that made me feel like, whoa, there is something wrong with me. So I would ask people like, do you have dreams that are so vivid that they happen? They're like, no, you're weird. And so I've been this way since I was a little girl. So much so that even when I would have dreams as I was a kid, my mom would have me come and actually tell her what those dreams were. So every morning when I wake up, she'd be like, hey, Mimi, what did you dream about? And I tell her, oh, Mom, I had a dream about this. What I didn't know was that she was interpreting the dreams. My mom as well is a spiritual healer, spiritual teacher. She is a spiritual woman, and in my culture, which is Haitian culture, she is a voodooisant. And so that's somebody that practices the art of voodoo, the spiritual magic of voodoo. And so I have trace elements of that as well. I do work with the spirits in voodoo. In voodoo, they're not called spirits; they're called lois, which is the Haitian Creole way of saying like the law, like spiritual law, or so they're the lois. So anyway, I digress. She would ask me to relay my dreams to her. And based on my dreams, she was able to identify what was the next thing that was going to happen, things that were going on in my family's life that I knew nothing about because I'm just a kid. But she knew about it. And so it wasn't until after a number of years I realized that she was also taking the information that I was giving her in my dreams and playing the lotto and unsuccessfully winning. Like, she probably won a hand or two, but not the jackpot. It wasn't no Mega Millions or nothing. So I was just like, all right, girl. So after a while, I stopped telling her my dreams. But the dreams were always so vivid. They were always so clear. I knew exactly everything down to the T. I would feel the emotions in the dream. I would feel the feelings. I would feel everything in the dreams. And that was one of the hardest experiences for me, because being somebody like me who didn't really have a framework in order to place this information in, it felt like I was just being inundated with information all the time. So even though my mom was a practicing spiritualist, she never really trained me, and she never really spoke about it. I think a part of her just felt like, this is a part of her culture and this is what she does, and she kind of kept it secret and did it to herself. But wasn't really sharing that with me or any of my siblings. And so that was how I got started in this practice. As I said, I would have dreams. So as I started learning to interpret my dreams, I realized that I'm really good at this. Like the interpretation would come and I would know exactly what it meant to do. So now my ancestors started communicating with me more and more via dreams. Like, I'm telling you, I was getting downloads left, right, and center. I could not go to sleep without knowing something. And I literally had to say, ancestors, I love y'all, but I'm going to need y'all to pump the brakes on this because I just need to sleep. I just want a good night's sleep to reset my body. And so at times you will have to say that. If your gift is dreaming, you will have to say that at times in order to offset all that's gonna come along with it. You don't want to be that person that's always the spiritual person. Everything has to be spiritual. No, because that was such a big part of my life in terms of the dreaming. I started to see everything as being spiritual. And guys, everything is not spiritual, okay? I do believe that how the spiritual informs the physical world. The spiritual world informs the physical world. But you also want to be grounded, like feet planted on the ground here on earth, in order for you to be able to be successful here on earth as well. So I digress with that. So that was one of my dreams. I mean, that was one of my gifts in terms of having the gift of dreaming. All right. So what else am I getting on here and talk about? I just started integrating my gifts in a way that felt right for me by just allowing them to manifest. I literally would have these gifts and I would allow them to manifest, and I wouldn't understand them and I wouldn't try to put it in the box. I would just allow it to manifest. And how does one do this when you have to get up and go to work, or you have kids to take care of, or you're married? You literally have to make this your own personal experience. Because before I could share my gifts, I needed to understand them. Understanding your gifts is so important. If you don't understand your gifts, you don't know how best you can use them to work with other people. And so that's what I needed to learn to use. I needed to understand my gifts so that I can truly allow them to help me help other people. So before I was a shaman, I was literally coasting, trying to figure out what the hell these gifts are. How do I work them? what are the things I need to do and get in place in order to make these gifts work for me. And that was a years long process or whatever. Today I'm just today I'm just gonna coast over and just kind of give you the abridged version of just me and my walk and my journey. And so, because hopefully this connects to somebody who feels the same way, who may be on the same journey, who may be called to be a shaman, healer, teacher, or whatever. And so my personality is one, I'm a girl from Brooklyn. I love being happy. I'm joyful. I'm creative as heck. I am full of so much life. That's my personality. I needed to find a way to merge my spiritual gifts here with my personality so that I can be whole. Because for a long time, I kept my spiritual gifts separate from my personality. And that was not good, because it was like I had a whole nother life. I had a secret life here that I knew how to manifest and heal. I spoke to spirits. I connected with ancestors. I connected with people who have passed on. But yet here I was just like, hey, what up? Let's get it. What are we doing today? I'm outside. So I needed to learn how to merge the two. And the only way I did that was to just, when they say be yourself, being yourself is the best way to do that. Because I felt like I was living two separate lives. I literally felt like I was living two separate lives that nobody could comprehend, not even me. Because it felt like in one room I was one person, in another room I was myself, or who I felt myself to be. And that's going to evolve over time. So I'll give yourself space to grow into your gift as well. Give yourself space to grow into your gift, because your gift is your gift. It's going to be with you your entire life if you want it to. And so once you just give yourself space to figure it out, to just be, it's going to develop at a pace that's comfortable for you and allow you to be able to connect with others. What else? Y'all. Let me tell you, becoming a spiritual entrepreneur is one of those things that it ain't for the weak. It's not for the weak. Because I literally had to take these gifts, because my spirit kept saying, you need to share these gifts with other people. You need to share these gifts with other people. And I'm like, other people? I'm just now figuring out and getting a handle on these things. But you know how the Bible said your gifts are not for you. And for a long time, I was like, yeah, no, my gifts are not for me. But no, they're not for you. They are, once you learn to master them, you can know how to use them for in order to support your life. However, your gifts are to support other people on their journey as well. But you first need to identify and understand that for yourself. So once I learned to master my gifts and started to sharing with other people, that's when I stepped into the space of being a spiritual entrepreneur. And I was doing this way before it was a cool thing, like 10, 15 years ago. I was talking about this stuff. I was talking about spiritual healing. I was talking about ancestors. I was talking about the spirit and being consumed by the spirit, and when the spirit overtakes you, and manifestations and all this stuff. Now spirituality is a fad, but it wasn't back then. Back then, you talked about that stuff. People thought you were not well in the head. Seriously. And that's what I felt all the time. I felt like maybe it's me, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But I had to come to the place where I just owned it. Own my gifts, own everything I am. And so being a spiritual entrepreneur was one of those things that was a natural path, because as you learn to identify and use your gifts, you want to share them with other people. And that's one of the most beautiful things that's ever happened, me really stepping out and becoming a spiritual entrepreneur. Because guys, let me tell you, helping someone else understand and navigate their spiritual experience is a beautiful thing. You really cannot put a price tag on that. Just kind of help them to understand, because especially when they can relate to you, when it's somebody who probably felt crazy, who probably didn't feel seen, who probably felt as if their gift was a hindrance or a blockage for them. So that's something that I take seriously. When I take this so seriously, I take this so seriously. So that's why recently I was so disappointed when I found out that somebody who I was working with exclusively and doing a shamanic training with them, that they went and disputed all their charges. Like, after getting all the materials and everything, they went and disputed all their charges. And that was just sickening. Like, man, listen, I feel like people come in and they give you the very best that they have to offer, right? And this person is like, it's just the bottom. To me, when you do that, you're like the bottom of the barrel kind of person. Because at the end of the day, y'all be letting people who don't look like you slide and skate on you, take your money day in and day out. And I'm literally teaching you how to transform your life or whatever. And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna take this information and I'm going to dispute my charges. And that was just so sickening. And so one thing I'll tell you is that I work with the Haitian Lois, and the Haitian Lois don't play. They do not play. Those are the spirits that guard the energy of the dead, the energy of the living, and the energy of the dead. And I particularly work with both energies, the energies of the living and the energy of the dead, as I'm a child of Oya, in which I work with dark and light energies. And for anyone who feels compelled to take from me, take from my ancestors, take out of the bounty that they have given me in order to share with other people, I feel sorry for you. I really do. I feel sorry because you're literally digging your own grave. My mother told me recently, she said, Mimi was always a child that once somebody did her wrong, their whole life collapsed. And I'm just saying, just prepare for the worst. Because it is sad when you can hurt and harm somebody by taking thousands of dollars out of their pocket after they started giving you the material and stuff that you signed up for. You signed up for it. I don't go looking for anyone. I literally said, Spirit, send me my people. Send me my people. And that's why you don't see me on here promoting and telling you this is happening, this is da. I don't need to do that. I'm a shaman. I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm a spiritual healer. The information gets passed through me and it's for me to share it with you. And when the Spirit has somebody in line for me to work with, Spirit sends them to me. So everything I do, my shaman trainings, my classes, everything is anointed by Spirit. Everything I do is anointed by God. I've literally died and been reborn many times in this life right here. How many people could tell you that literally in the last 12 months of their life, they've gone from $0 and 0 cents to having the home that they always dreamt of, literally down the block from the beach, having a dog, just creating a whole new life from nothing. The average person is not willing to do the work that's necessary in order to change their circumstances. But I am. That's why Spirit sends me people who are ready. So for this woman that felt that you were going to steal over $5,000 from me, I wish you the same calamity and stress and all the things that you put out that money would cause me. Because I am a wealth of information. Information. And my information, it continues to create the lifestyle that I want. With that said, I release you. So, as I was saying, being a spiritual entrepreneur, sometimes you got to do that. You got to let people know that you're not the one to play with. You're not the one or the two. Seriously. Because people get so used to mediocre that they think that you're average just because you don't come up here on your rah-rah shit. Please believe that I got rah-rah shit in my back pocket all the time. All the time. I just choose not to bring it to the forefront every day. But with that being said, that's just a little bit of my story about being a spiritual teacher, spiritual healer, understanding your gifts. And guys, I want to say that I love y'all. I love how y'all support me. I love how y'all show up for me. I love how you listen to my stories. I just love y'all. And it is my deepest desire that you find your gift and you allow your gift to begin creating the space in your life that you desire, the room that you desire. Allow your gift to start giving you back what you desire. Your gift will make room for you. But you have to step out and trust that gift. You have to. You have to. Because I tell you this, when I was in the shelter, I literally saw this moment. I saw myself. I said, I'm going to be in my house in no time soon. I said that every single day. Every single day. When I had people screaming in my ear and I couldn't sleep, I was saying that every single day. So wherever you at right now, whatever your situation is, just know God got you. God got you. Try to connect and find out what your spiritual gift is. And from then on, allow the doors to open for you. Okay? Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. And at the end of the year, this Friday actually, I'm going to launch this Friday, I'm going to launch an opportunity to get your whole 2025 year read, and with the support of your ancestors. So pretty much this is going to be an opportunity to sign up for readings, ancestral readings. It's going to be in a group. It's going to be as a group workshop, a group experience where it's going to be done virtually. But you're going to get an opportunity to get your 2025 year read with your ancestral message, to find out what is it your ancestors are calling for you to do in every month of the upcoming year. So if you're on my email list, you'll be able to get an email in order to let you know when it launches. So it's going to be going to my email list first. I'm sending you guys so much love and wishing you all the best. Thank you for tuning in.